Why women initiate divorce and how to prevent it. Skill number 2 out of 5, how to build and maintain respect. One of the biggest complaints I hear from men is that they don't feel respected and appreciated for everything they provide and the good effort they genuinely offer. They feel overly criticized. Now, everyone says that respect and trust are earned, but no one explains how. You know, in the previous video, I mentioned that back in 2018, I was in a relationship with a best-selling author and how contempt blew up our relationship. And contempt is the opposite of respect. And at the time, I didn't know how to spot the earlier signs of contempt and how to counter them immediately. So I had to reflect, how did I get the complete opposite of what I wanted? What did I miss? Does respect come from status, money, dominance? So here's what I found. And if you haven't watched episode number 1, click the card here to start the series in order with secret intimacy skill number 1, polarity to keep the spark alive. I'm Olivier Bessaignet, a relationship coach specializing in healthy masculinity, and I teach marriage skills for leaders. My book lays out the framework, Back to Love and Respect, 5 intimacy skills to solve relationship crises without therapy. Now let's dive in. So what actually builds respect in a marriage, and why do so many men lose it without even seeing it coming? Secret intimacy skill number 2, the circle of safety to build and maintain respect. The circle of safety is built upon 3 pillars: ownership, boundaries, and integrity. And it commands respect in an intimate relationship. And the circle of safety protects love. Love is deep and powerful, but it's also tender and vulnerable. It needs to be protected by strong, healthy masculine energy. Here's how. So pillar number 1, ownership. Ownership is all about taking responsibility, owning our shit. So instead of saying, she makes me angry, say, I feel angry when she does that. Or instead of saying, I didn't flirt with that other woman, she hit on me, say, I did not initiate that, but yes, I chose to respond and engage. And although it felt good in the moment, I see now how I sometimes leak my sexual energy. And I can correct this. That's the important part. I can correct this. See, ownership may feel edgy, like you're about to accept fault, but it's actually empowering and it dissolves shame, blame, and defensiveness. You can own your judgments, own your feelings, own your choices, own your power, own your shadow, and own your values. So when she says, you did X, you said this and it rubbed me the wrong way, or you did that and I got triggered, you know you're facing an ownership challenge. Great captains take responsibility, not shame, for the consequences of their actions. It's attractive and it commands respect. So why do I teach marriage skills for leaders? Well, because good leaders take ownership, but they don't take bullshit. Pillar number 2, boundaries. Most people think that boundaries are rules, such as don't do this or don't say that. But that's not a boundary, that's straight down controlling. They try to control others so that they don't feel uncomfortable feelings. But a good boundary always starts with you're free to XYZ. For example, you're free to arrive whenever you want, but next time you're 30 minutes late, I won't be waiting for you. Or you're absolutely free to spend your money the way you want, but not from my paycheck. Or I know you're trying to help, but I'm not open to unsolicited advice. Please ask, don't tell. See, boundaries are not about controlling the other person. They are 100% about you. Tell them what works for you and what doesn't work for you without any blame or shame. So you know my relationship that blew up because of contempt? I said, I don't tolerate contempt, but I can also take ownership. I don't tolerate contempt is the boundary. You're free to think or do whatever you want, but I don't tolerate shaming. I don't tolerate contempt. It's not defensiveness, it's my boundary. And at the same time, I'm not defensive. I don't blame her for how I feel. I don't take on shame, but I'm also open to feedback. I can self-reflect and I can take ownership. What did I miss? What's my blind spot? What's the lesson from this difficult experience? I needed to be better at polarity, integrity, and all the skills that I'm laying out in this video series. So pillar number 3, integrity. You know, when asked, most people would say that they have good integrity. They don't lie, they don't cheat, they don't hurt people intentionally. They have good intentions. But integrity in marriage is more than that. Integrity is the alignment between your intentions and your actions. And I know you always have good intentions with the people you love. But sometimes maybe other priorities collide with the previous agreements we made, such as, I know I said I would pick you up at 5 p.m., but I got held up at work. Or, I know I said we would have private intimate time this weekend, but my mom is visiting town. No big deal, you didn't cheat, you didn't lie. But all these small disappointments can build over time. And one day, your wife tells you that she can't trust you, or that you don't really love her or prioritize her, out of the blue. So when she says, you didn't X, you said you would do X and you didn't, you know you're facing an integrity challenge. And I have specific detailed frameworks that break down all these skills, but that'll be for subsequent videos. For now, I just want to answer the question, why do women initiate divorce? Because they lose respect for their man. And how to prevent it? Well, your ownership, boundaries, and integrity need to be airtight. And they're trainable skills. You're either trained or untrained. Now, even with respect, if you can't speak her language of love, she may feel lonely in the relationship. Because here's the paradox. Men tend to want sex to feel connected, but women need to feel emotionally connected first to even consider sex. That's the gate. If you can't speak her language, her code, the gate won't open. So next video, skill number 3, the language of connection most men never learned. I'll see you there.